Sigma men are independent thinkers who frequently see the world differently from others. Even if a lot of people accept social standards and certain actions without question, they cannot help but wonder about their reasoning. This prompts individuals to doubt things that make perfect sense to others, including meaningless social customs or confusing daily routines. These 8 ridiculous ideas that defy logic will surely resonate with you if you are a Sigma. For Sigma men, things that other people take for granted might often leave them confused. Well, let's delve into the 8 ridiculous things that don't make sense to Sigma males, shall we? Sigma males simply don't comprehend the obsession with social hierarchies. In a world where power, prestige, and position often dictate value, Sigma males stand apart. They don't chase the conventional markers of success or strive to climb the corporate ladder. Instead, they value personal growth and individuality over societal ranking. Consider the corporate world, for instance. Many are consumed by the race to the top, where the aim is to get the corner office, the hefty paycheck, the recognition. But for a Sigma male, this race is irrelevant. They're not running the same track. Instead, they're in their own arena, chasing their own dreams and ambitions. They're the lone wolves who choose to run free in the wilderness rather than be a part of the pack. This isn't to say that Sigma males don't have ambitions or goals. Quite the contrary. They're often highly driven and focused individuals. But their goals are not dictated by societal norms or expectations. They're not seeking validation or recognition from others. Their satisfaction comes from achieving personal milestones, from pushing their own boundaries, from constantly growing and evolving. This can be a hard concept for many to grasp. The idea that success isn't always about money or power or fame, that it can simply be about personal fulfillment and happiness. But this is the essence of the Sigma male. They're not playing the game by the rules set by society. They're creating their own game with their own rules. They're carving their own unique path, and in doing so, they're redefining what it means to be successful. Sigma males understand that life is not a competition. It's a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. It's about being true to oneself and living life on one's own terms. They value their freedom and independence above all else, and they're not willing to compromise these for the sake of fitting into a societal mold. For Sigma males, it's not about climbing the ladder, it's about carving their own path. Ever heard of Sigma males engaging in small talk? Probably not. You see, Sigma males, they're a unique breed. They're not much for chit-chat or casual conversation. The weather, the latest celebrity gossip, the price of tea in China, all these topics that fill the air during a typical social gathering, they don't hold much interest for the Sigma male. Why, you may ask? Well, it's simple. Sigma males look for substance, for depth, for something more than surface-level exchanges. They're not interested in discussing the mundane or the trivial. Instead, they crave intellectual stimulation. They yearn for conversations that challenge their minds, that force them to think, to question, to explore. Imagine you're at a party. The room is buzzing with chatter, laughter echoing off the walls, and there, in the corner, stands a Sigma male. He's not partaking in the idle gossip, not laughing at the superficial jokes. He's waiting for a conversation that catches his interest, a discussion that delves deeper than the everyday. Now, don't mistake this for arrogance or aloofness. Sigma males aren't snobs, they're just selective. They value their time, their energy, and they don't want to waste it on meaningless chatter. They're more than happy to engage, to converse, but only if it's a conversation that's worth having, and it doesn't stop at small talk. Those customary pleasantries, the ones we all exchange out of habit, they don't resonate with Sigma males either. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. These scripted, automatic responses, they lack authenticity to a Sigma male. They'd rather hear about your latest passion project, your thoughts on a complex issue, your dreams and aspirations, than engage in hollow formalities. So, if you ever find yourself in a conversation with a Sigma male, remember this. Bring something substantial to the table. Leave the small talk at the door. Dive into the depths of intellectual discourse. Small talk? No, thank you. Sigma males prefer the depth of the ocean to the shallowness of a puddle. The constant need for socialization? That's alien to Sigma males. Now, this doesn't mean that Sigma males are hermits or loners. No, they just appreciate their solitude and have a different perspective on socializing compared to others. Imagine a party. There's music, laughter, people chatting away, and in the midst of it all, there's a person who's not really part of the crowd, but isn't out of place either. That's your Sigma male. They're not the life of the party, but they're not wallflowers either. They're comfortable being on their own, observing, thinking, and enjoying their own company. Now let's be clear, enjoying solitude doesn't equate to disliking people. Sigma males aren't misanthropes. They can enjoy a good conversation, a shared joke, a moment of connection. But unlike many, they don't feel the need to constantly surround themselves with people. They don't seek validation or acceptance from others. They validate themselves. They accept themselves. For Sigma males, their solitude is a sanctuary. It's a place of peace, introspection, and self-improvement. They use this time to reflect on their thoughts, to understand themselves better, and to plan their next steps. They're not escaping from the world. They're engaging with it on their own terms. And when they do choose to socialize, it's intentional. They're not drawn to superficial chatter or empty pleasantries. They prefer meaningful conversations, genuine connections. They're not interested in the quantity of interactions, but the quality. They want to learn, to grow, to understand. They're not just passively present. They're actively engaged. So, the next time you see someone comfortable in their own company, don't mistake them for being antisocial. They might just be a Sigma male, enjoying their solitude, engaging with the world in their own unique way. Remember, Sigma males aren't antisocial. They're selectively social. They value their time, their peace, and their personal growth. And they understand that sometimes the best company you can have is your own. Chasing after material wealth? That's not a Sigma male style. Now, that's not to say Sigma males don't understand the value of money or the role it plays in the world. They're not oblivious, after all. But here's the thing. They are not driven by it. It doesn't consume their thoughts or dictate their actions. They don't measure their worth in terms of the number of zeros on their bank balance. Instead, Sigma males find value in things that can't be bought or sold. They value experiences that enrich their soul and broaden their perspective. They're the ones who would rather invest in a backpacking trip across Europe than in a fancy new car. They're the ones who would prefer to spend their weekend hiking up a mountain or learning a new language than shopping for the latest designer clothes. You see, for Sigma males, the pursuit of knowledge and personal development far outweighs the pursuit of material wealth. They're not interested in keeping up with the Joneses or impressing others with their material possessions. They aren't swayed by the shiny allure of a luxury lifestyle. They don't need a flashy car or a posh house to feel successful. Because to a Sigma male, success is not measured in material wealth. It's measured in personal growth, in meaningful relationships, in the satisfaction derived from a life lived on their own terms. They believe that richness is a state of mind, not a state of the bank account. They understand that the most valuable things in life aren't things at all. Their experiences, their moments, their memories. They're the knowledge gained, the skills acquired, the person they become in the process. They know that these are the things that truly enrich a person, that make life worth living. So while others are busy chasing after material wealth, Sigma males are busy chasing after experiences, after knowledge, after personal growth. They're busy living their life to the fullest, on their own terms, in their own unique way. Because for Sigma males, richness lies in experiences, not in bank accounts. Sigma males and the desire for attention? Hardly a match. Let's dive into this fascinating paradox. You see, the typical social script dictates that attention equals validation, equals self-worth. But Sigma males, they flip this script. They are the embodiment of the saying, confidence is silent, insecurities are loud. Sigma males are confident, not because of the attention they receive, but in spite of it. Their value isn't determined by the number of likes on a social media post or the applause they receive from a crowd. Instead, their self-worth is an intrinsic part of their character, rooted in their own beliefs and principles. They don't seek approval, they validate themselves. They're like the pianist who plays not for the audience, but for the sheer joy of creating music. They're the artist who paints not for the gallery, but for the thrill of capturing a moment in time. They're the writer who pens words not for the bestseller list, but for the satisfaction of weaving a story from thin air. Attention is not their currency. Fulfillment is. Sigma males don't need a spotlight to shine. Their radiance comes from within, from their knowledge, experiences, and the wisdom they've gained through solitude and introspection. They are comfortable in their own skin. They relish their independence, and they treasure their solitude. They are not motivated by the desire to impress others. They are driven by the pursuit of personal growth and self-improvement. They don't want to be the loudest voice in the room. They strive to be the most insightful one. They don't seek to be the center of attention. They aim to be the center of their own universe. In a world that often equates worth with popularity, Sigma males stand apart. They don't need the validation of the crowd to know their value. They don't need the applause of an audience to feel accomplished. They don't need the spotlight to shine. Sigma males don't seek the spotlight. They shine in their own light, conforming to societal norms, not in a Sigma male's vocabulary. Now let's dive into this fascinating aspect of the Sigma personality. Sigma males are the embodiment of authenticity. They are the lone wolves, the wanderers, the ones who march to the beat of their own drum. They don't feel the need to fit into the societal norms that are often seen as the standard. This isn't because they are rebellious or contrarian by nature. It's simply because they have a deep understanding of who they are, what they want, and what they stand for. You see, Sigma males value authenticity over acceptance. They are not swayed by the latest trends or the popular opinion. They don't feel the need to wear a mask or put on a performance to fit in. They are comfortable in their own skin, confident in their choices, and content with their own company. In a world that constantly pressures us to conform, to follow the crowd, the Sigma male stands as a beacon of individuality. They don't seek validation from others. Instead, they derive their sense of self-worth from within. This unwavering sense of self is what sets them apart. They understand that the key to fulfillment isn't in becoming what the world wants them to be, but in being true to themselves. The Sigma male's refusal to conform is not an act of defiance, but a celebration of self. They are not trying to break the rules or challenge the status quo for the sake of being different. They are simply living their truth, honoring their values, and embracing their uniqueness. Remember, Sigma males aren't antisocial, they're selectively social. They're not indifferent, they're just independent. They're not trying to stand out, but they're not afraid to stand alone. In a world full of copies, they choose to be originals. So when you see a Sigma male, you're not just looking at an individual who doesn't conform. You're looking at someone who is unapologetically authentic, who values self-discovery over societal acceptance, and who is not afraid to walk a path less traveled. Sigma males don't fit the mold, they break it. Fear of being different? That's not a Sigma male's concern. In a world where conformity is often the path of least resistance, the Sigma male dares to tread a different path. But don't mistake this for rebellion or a desire to stand out. It's simply about embracing their unique qualities and not fearing to be different. Sigma males understand that their differences are not weaknesses, but strengths. They see their unique perspectives as a gift, a tool that allows them to navigate life's challenges with a distinct edge. While others may find solace in similarity, the Sigma male finds strength in standing out. They don't seek validation from the crowd, nor do they crave the comfort of fitting into preconceived molds. Instead, they are comfortable with their individuality, and they embrace it wholeheartedly. For them, life is not about blending in, but about living authentically and unapologetically. This doesn't mean they are oblivious to the world around them. On the contrary, they are acutely aware of societal expectations and norms. However, they choose not to be defined by them. They understand that the fear of being different is often a fear of judgment, a fear of not being accepted. But for a Sigma male, acceptance comes from within. They know that the only person they need to please is themselves. They don't fear judgment or criticism because they understand that their worth is not dependent on external approval. It's dependent on their own self-perception and self-worth. Sigma males thrive in their uniqueness. They celebrate their individuality and see it as a source of power. They understand that being different is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It's not a barrier, but an opportunity. An opportunity to create their own path, to live life on their own terms, and to be truly free. In the grand scheme of things, Sigma males don't just accept their differences, they cherish them. They don't fear standing out from the crowd, they fear the thought of ever having to fit into it. Sigma males don't fear standing out, they fear fitting in. So, there you have it. We've taken a fascinating dive into the world of Sigma males, uncovering 8 aspects of societal norms and behaviors that, frankly, they find pretty nonsensical. Let's take a moment to recap and reflect on these points. Firstly, we explored the concept of hierarchy. This traditional ladder of power just doesn't resonate with our Sigma friends. They prefer to exist outside these structures, valuing personal freedom and autonomy above climbing any social or professional ladder. Next, we delved into the Sigma male's aversion to pleasantries and small talk. Remember, for them, it's not about being rude or aloof, but about seeking meaningful and authentic interactions over empty chatter. After that, we discussed the need for constant socialization. We've established that Sigma males are the masters of their own time, valuing solitude and introspection over a bustling social calendar. Then, we tackled the pursuit of material wealth. While Sigma males aren't against financial stability, they don't measure success through the lens of material possessions. They value experiences and personal growth far more than the latest gadget or luxury item. Our 5th point was the desire for attention. The Sigma male doesn't seek validation from others. They are comfortable in their own skin, and they don't need the world watching to feel fulfilled. Next, we touched on conforming to societal norms. This is a big one for Sigma males. They march to the beat of their own drum, living life on their terms, and not based on societal expectations. Then, we looked at the fear of being different. Sigma males embrace their uniqueness. They're not afraid to stand out from the crowd. In fact, they thrive on it. In a world that often doesn't make sense to them, Sigma males continue to walk their own path. They live unapologetically, embracing their individuality. They are confident in their choices, valuing personal growth and authenticity over societal expectations. In a world that often doesn't make sense to them, Sigma males continue to walk their own path, unapologetically and confidently.